You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Reaper?
Yeah.
Whenever you make it, just come to me.
Alright, I have it. What do I do? Just throw it in the box?
Well, here, wait, give me a second. My brain's very small, so I kind of forgot to do this part of it. And then you just loop this back. And there you go.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Where the fuck is it? There it is.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because
yeah, it is.
she's
It's just
locked
going
up.
to take it a second.
And before you decide to waste
Honestly,
even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
You sure this is working? I don't think it is.
The end of everything as we know it. No more birds.
Well, I
no more
did
trees,
kind of take out.
Perhaps most
Don't worry, I got
problematically
you.
of all, no more people. You have
This
to
should-
put an
I
end
like
to
the
her.
thought process.
Oh yeah, my bad. I kind of forgot to reconnect it.
Don't linger on the
There we go. That's much
You have
better.
a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs
Okay,
to
just
be
finish
done.
the main grid.
We're
No, it's
all
not.
counting on you.
Yeah, wait, no, don't,
I'm not. I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it.
Look, you're already on the path
Let's
that
say,
leads to the cabin.
better not be
Why would you
connecting
be here?
I gotta wait for it to fill up
complete
first.
A very important task. You've made it this far. You might as well reach the end of your journey.
Bro, we're actually kind of being limited by belt speed right now. Like they are moving out as fast as they can up and down.
It's also modular, so it is taking a second.
Yeah, but it's more belt
I
speed.
guess
Like
we'll
it's
just have
it's
to see
already
what
to here,
happens,
Reaper.
but
Like it's already on this
Word
one.
of warning.
Fully filled
If
up.
you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen
I completely
to her
forgot that they
words,
change the way they
the
look
harder
whenever you
it'll be
throw
to pull yourself
alien
out.
things in there.
Yeah, so did I.
Each and every one of us is doomed.
It's very cool though.
So sure,
Yeah.
go talk to her. See how
Okay,
that
cool.
turns
They're all
out for
powered. All right,
us.
how much power are we making just on it? Bro,
You make your way up the short path to
Our
the
power
cabin.
grid right there. Bro, we're literally making our entire power grid.
Within.
with just this.
We're not going to go through.
Alright, now
this,
bro,
right?
hear me out
She's a
though.
princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Well, we're just making a tiny bit.
Ignore him.
You know,
He doesn't know what he's
just a
talking
little
about.
Just a wee bit.
not a lot.
Well, look at the,
You know, just a wee
look at
bit.
the fucking jump, bro. The fucking
Look
jump.
at the power boost.
Yeah,
Power boost
90% of this
alone
power
is
boost.
300k.
The cabin is almost entirely bare. The
We're
air
we're
is
actually
stale and
making like
musty,
60k,
and the floor
but the
and walls
power
are
boost is
painted
making
in a
us
fine
300.
layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain
wonder if you can
wooden
sing.
table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I was just too close to something else.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an
Oh, you can,
oppressive
but I don't think they're
place.
worth a lot.
I mean, you
The
can,
air
but they're
feels
not
heavy
really
and
worth
damp,
much.
a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying
I
her
was
is
just curious.
probably doing her a favor.
I really didn't expect them to be
Her
worth much,
voice
but
softly carries up the stairs.
Hold on, how
Hello?
actually is this?
Is someone there?
How many alien power augmenters? I don't know.
It's the
More
kind
than
of
you
voice
should ever
than
have in a
possible.
single
once
world.
to remember it
Yeah.
for the rest
More
of
than
your
what's
life.
possible.
Don't
Okay,
let
alien
it
power
fool
matrix.
you.
It's only worth
It's all
200
part of
points.
The manipulation.
You go through all that pain for
Playing
200
a dangerous
points.
game by coming here unarmed.
But you're not really meant to be sinking them.
But 200 points? The ballistic warp drive is worth 2.8 million.
Don't be
Almost
ashamed.
2.9.
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
No,
with the
thinking about it,
princess,
it's gonna be so
There's a
worth
heavy
if they actually
chain
do end
around
up
her
making the
wrist,
thing elite. It's gonna be so
binding her
worth
to the far
the
wall of the
power
basement.
plant.
She's beautiful.
Why?
How
Think
can
about the
someone
fact
like
that
this
we're
be a
making
threat
it
to anyone.
365,000
I am begging
megawatts
you
right
to stay
now.
focused.
Oh, you're talking about with
Right.
this? Yeah, no, I'm good. I would much I would much
Why?
rather just do something like that
Do
in
you
a
think you can get me out
creative
of these
world. I'm
chains?
not about to do that. This took like 5-10 minutes to get this. Like, I would much rather just do that in a
Okay.
creative, if at all. Like, I really just don't want to touch nuclear. Nuclear just honestly seems a bit excessive
Oh,
because there's a lot going into it.
Carefully formulating her words
But
before
like, it's
she
really
responds.
excessive. Whenever you could literally like, we literally just made a big
Can you
fuel
address me as
like.
your Royal Highness?
So imagine our fuel
Or
factory,
you can just call me
but like
Princess
3 times
if your
worse.
Royal
Not
Highness
even
is too formal.
like probably about 10 times worse.
Is princess
It really
her
wasn't
name
that
or
bad.
a title?
The most annoying part was
What if it's
pipes.
both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Yeah, Creeper, you say that? We are going to have to deal with 63 different pipelines. Minimum.
Yeah, that'll give you will be pretty annoying. But past that part, I mean, it's nothing else that we haven't done.
It's also easily 1,000 machines. Easily.
How many is 100 turbo motors again?
Yeah, but turbo motors are funny and give us points. That's literally just power.
Elite ballistic warp drives. If we made
Like I
20
said,
per minute, would
you can
give
call me Princess.
considerably
if you'd
more
like.
points than 100 turbo motors per minute.
So the buildings alone, this is just for
Sorry,
uranium, by the
I've
way.
been down here so long,
250
I guess I've
constructors,
just
146 smelters,
I must have a name,
113
though.
assemblers,
Everyone has a
84
name.
manufacturers, 46
Okay,
miners,
that's weird.
42 blenders, 38 refineries, 25 foundries,
to pick a
and
name
then
for
22
herself.
water extractors.
Hopefully, you're starting to see the.
Though this also isn't counting
Trust
overclocks.
it.
So in reality, it's like
Go back upstairs,
125
get the
constructors,
blade,
about
and slay
70
her before
smelters,
it's too late.
50 assemblers, 40 manufacturers. There's stuff like that.
It's really not.
Oh, wait, no,
that's
my
really
bad.
Not that bad.
Well, yeah, I mean that's not too bad, but and then you know
Of
the
course I
also
locked up down here for a
382
reason.
constructors. I'll just start simplifying. 100
don't actually
41
know what that
constructors,
reason
70
is, but
smelters,
you
another
just
50
stuck a
assemblers,
princess in a basement
36
and throw
blenders,
her in
25
with
miners,
some sort of
20 resource
explanation,
extractors,
right?
20 foundries, 15
Have all the
refineries,
explanation
14
you
particle
need. You
accelerators,
should know better than
13
to trust whatever she
manufacturers,
comes up with.
and 5 water extractors. And that's not even counting the 119
I don't see what that has to do with
my bad, not the 119. That's not even counting the 240 water
This is the
extractors
only
that we
time
need
this is ever going to happen.
to be able to power the
But
or to be able to use the
I
nuclear
agree
power
with
plants
the
themselves.
princess. That's hardly relevant.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, but actually,
Yeah, I'm
good.
what has she been eating?
It's also more than a
She has to eat,
cheated
right?
like 20 something alien power things with that
Yeah.
that infinite alien power matrices.
Yeah,
Is
Like,
that
yeah,
what
it's
they say we
excessive,
don't?
but it's a lot of fucking
But I
power.
don't want to hurt
all
anyone.
point it.
I like the world. I think.
yeah, but like that's a way to it.
I don't remember
Like,
much about
there's
it,
nothing
to
else
be
that I really
honest.
want to massively
I've been
automate.
down
Like,
here for so long.
turbo motors would be
Everything
funny.
we wanted to is done.
How long has she been
Ballistic
looking?
Yeah,
warp
anything that
drives
we
would be
wanted to
funny,
automate
yes.
is done.
Did
Bal-
they tell
yeah,
you
ballistic
how
warp-
What's the
it's
highest
in
point
the
of it?
world?
Ballistic warp drives.
So yeah, that'd be the funny thing. That'd be the quite silliest of things.
But they just take a lot. Like here, so
I don't know how to destroy
I'll
the
do a
world.
production
if that's
planner
what you're getting at.
for that. I'm still streaming, right? I am. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
I believe
So
her.
here, we'll get rid of the 100 turbo motors.
She doesn't have to know
and
how to destroy
instead,
the world to
we'll
be
do
capable
100
of doing
or 20
it.
ballistic warp drives. Just 20.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of
My
us have
mouse
going
not
on
bugging
down
out.
here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
750 my bad. 800 constructors, 450 smelters, 300 assemblers, 150 miners, 130 manufacturers,
What I do if I'm out of
90
here.
foundries,
Saying the right thing to convince
90
you to
refineries,
save me.
50 particle accelerators,
This is
20
how
like
messed up
four,
this
no,
whole
not 24.
situation is.
Like
This is my
I don't
life
know,
we're
like
talking
30
about.
converters, 20 blenders, 15
really think I can even
oil
edit the
extractors,
world?
and
Why
10
would I
water
even want
extractors
to?
with 4 quantum encoders.
We both know
mean,
that
yeah,
if there's
that's
people we can't trust
roughly
in
the
this
amount of those
situation,
two of the
it's
two builds
whoever locked me
combined.
down here. And it's whoever sent
Yeah.
you here.
To make 20.
And those two groups are probably one
Yeah.
and the same.
Bro, the fucking crafting tree is absurd.
Don't
Yeah.
let her turn the
Like,
tables.
this is the
This
crafting
isn't
tree
about
for it.
trust. This is about risk.
The funny part
This
is that
town
that'll
changed
exist in our world.
everything, all for the sake of one person.
What?
And
Yeah, all the machines
subjugating
individually.
monarch, no
That
less.
that web individually exists in our world. It's kind of funny.
At least one kinda, not really.
It exists, just not to the scale we need it to be.
Yeah, if we multiply it by 20, then yeah, it would work. I just really don't see the reason to do this.
But there's a reason for turbo
Well,
motors.
actually, you know what we could do? Yeah, we could do 100 turbo motors into 100 ballistic warp drives.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Because this,
I
like,
don't think I could bear being
what I'm
down
dragging
here that
around
much
right now,
longer.
this is turbo motors. Or this is thermal propulsion rockets, my bad.
Leaving her alive.
So this is
be
turbo
risky.
motors.
If you don't deal with her soon,
How many
turbo
she
motors is
will
it
find
making?
a way out.
So it's a
on the
1-to-1
other one,
ratio with
that
ballistic warp
idea.
drives. It's 1 turbo motor to 1 thermal propulsion rocket
One way
to
or
1
another?
ballistic warp drive.
I'm going to
Elite, I
find
want
a
you
way
to
out
put
of here.
in
It would make it
100
easier for
ballistic
both
warp
of
drives.
us if you'd help.
and tell me the building requirements.
But if you don't,
It's going to be
I
impossible,
can
by the way.
promise that you'll
I'm
regret
forewarning you.
that decision.
Yeah, if we were going to do this, this would be like I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. Oh yeah, it takes it has 100 times the output. Yeah, I'm definitely about to do that. Compact machines.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Also, my computer isn't slow.
Where are you going? You can't just
Oh my God,
leave me
finally.
here.
All right, let's see the building requirements.
Turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to
I don't know if we
pay for
have
leaving me
the
behind.
resources necessary
Slip these chains.
on the planet.
I
do
She
this.
can't.
doubt it. I
She
highly
needed
doubt
our
it.
help to get out of here.
Ripper?
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
We literally can't
She
build it.
has to be bluffing, but
Yeah, even if we wanted to.
you rush up to
We
the first
can
floor,
if we make the
grabbing
power
blade,
plant.
yours and the world's only
Yeah, but I'm
possible
good.
salvation.
Even if we did get the 100 thing, I still need to
Okay.
place 70
If we're sure about this
constructors.
decision, I'll support it.
79 constructors.
suppose we have a world
80
to
constructors.
celebrate all.
80
That's
constructors.
not that bad. That's not.
You slowly creep
overclock
down
lead.
the basement stairs.
Are you saying that's overclocked?
You
as well?
probably can't overclock them.
I'd be highly
In return
surprised
for being
if
able to place
Princess
100.
sat only a moment ago. There's
If it's
no-
Sit down and
101,
dry.
its cooling flesh still
we
chained
can
to the
check
wall.
it out, but I highly
She
doubt you can overclock
is
them.
nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I don't even remember what
You
it's
saying I was
called.
going to get off 3 hours ago? Compact machines.
Me saying we got 3 hours ago. Also, me still playing Satisfactory.
Oh, you coward!
No,
You hear me, by the
I
way?
don't think we can.
Let's go.
No, what'd you say?
Why don't you come closer?
Compact machines.
I have something to
We
show
could always
you.
get a power duplicator. Just duplicate the power. That is a thing that we have. Like,
Yeah,
Your
one's
eyes dart
kinda
to the corners of the
a
room.
bitch move though.
You don't see her.
yeah, because instead only because you only do power.
And your point being? Such a
Yeah, look at it, I just don't need you.
As you step towards the severed
Well, I
limb,
mean,
You're
you can still
already
connect this stuff that I don't want to.
soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs.
Alright, I'm loading in.
You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast
Bro,
and
so
has too
many.
much of a lead.
And they cost
She
nothing.
slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for
I have an
letting me
objective of
out.
50 small
I'd
plates.
return the favor, but I think we both know that.
Bro, it's the cyber wagon. Do it. Bro, it's the cyber wagon. Do it.
Is it actually?
With those parting words, the
Probably.
princess walks away.
It probably actually is the cyber
Footsteps
wagon.
eventually fading as she leaves you and
We
the
have smart plates being made over at Quickwire.
You're stuck here. Alone.
Elliot, there's nothing.
just end
There's
like
nothing to
this,
put. I can't put
right?
anything in the.
Oh, it's just
I
broken.
prefer for
That's
things
sad.
to have gone differently. I can't deny the
Where did this
reality.
I do
space elevator
totally
come
get it.
from? Wait a minute. Wait, what?
I'm
Wait,
sorry,
hold on.
We placed it back down.
it's over.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah,
know how
it's
much
weird.
time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
Yeah, if you just want to do that real quick, I'm going to see what the cyber wagon is all about. I'll leave up the production planner that we're never going
You're
to
on
touch.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Oh. Anything about
Terrible
that?
sense of deja vu. No,
What?
you don't have that. This is the
That
first
the building
time
requirements are
either
going
of
to
us
be
have
really
been here.
fucking big.
Yeah,
If he doesn't
it's still
remember
going to
what happened,
cost the
then
same
maybe
amount.
It's best to keep it that way.
Water, but it's compressed.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right?
Oh.
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets
That's actually
from me.
really easy. Okay.
What?
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip
Getting the
of
cyber
tongue.
wagon?
Bit of the old brain fog.
Is-
I
you
meant
gotta-
to say that we should probably head over to
We're
the
about to have
cabin
it.
and slay that princess.
Oh.
We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning.
What
before
the
you go.
fuck is that thing?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Will you buy another
know,
one?
but I know
Buy
how
another one.
Believe a word she says. Don't
No,
worry.
it's a
Trust us
recipe.
to get
It's
the
a
job
recipe.
done.
You go to transport. Oh.
The interior of the cabin is a
Bro, the
mess of
fucking
twisted
windows
roots.
are broken.
The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident,
Yeah, like that's the
Anyways.
most important part about
resemble
this.
a room.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's the
okay,
most important part
anyways.
about
It's
this.
earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud
Also, I don't know
in the
if
shape
you
of a
realize, but no
shelf,
matter what way you
with a
turn, you're always
pristine
turning your wheel
blade
right.
perched on its edge.
No.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yo. Battery storage times
Walk up to
100.
the wall
You can
next to the basement.
store 10,000
It's a
megawatts.
wall. There isn't much to see here.
Also, the secret to doing this is just waiting until the pod
This
return
is
hits
a
0 to select the next
It's a
one.
mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Also, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think the
Ridiculous
best
you
thing
look.
that this adds is compressed liquids.
No good. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Let me actually do what we were the whole
The
reason we
door
did
to the
this.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up.
Bro, so many different things.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up.
No, bro, nuclear power plant times 100.
Something
Yes, you
nasty
can.
finds
You-
itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be
Overclocking them
scared.
isn't a good idea, though.
Probably won't bite.
It's probably not the greatest idea.
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the
let's see, as an example, let's go with iron plates.
And I remember what you've done.
It
She must have you confused with someone.
non-overclocked. 100 needs
She seems friendly
3,000
enough.
iron ingots per
Maybe we
minute.
can talk our way out of this whole
Yeah.
situation.
Non-overclocked. That's
Can't.
regular.
Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and
Yeah.
end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look.
Yay,
I'm
automated
just
summer
throwing ideas
sloops.
out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind
Finally,
of
we
guy
have that
who likes a
now?
discussion.
Oh,
Don't
conveyor
we
belts
want
Mark
to hear
7.
what
What?
everyone has to say before making any big
What unlike
decisions?
this?
Do you want to
I
hear
don't know
what
why
everyone
they're
has to
exactly the
say?
same.
Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
I don't know, but
You need to stop lingering. Your task is
Gotta
to
go and grab a
slay
bunch of
the
aluminum
princess,
sheets?
not endlessly debate about what to do.
Yeah, I'll
with
grab
the
a bunch of aluminum
princess.
sheets and air quotes.
Fine. You're the boss.
you know what? I know what you mean.
Fuck!
I see what you did there. That was a good one.
Descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
I
You
do
can
actually
just
need
make out the shape of
reinforcement.
the
All right,
princess in the
can
gloom.
you actually go and grab dark
She's
matter
huddled
crystals?
against the far wall, her
I have
eyes
to go over there
bright and
anyways.
glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be
Making dark metal
great
crystals
at
over
it.
here.
So, you really don't remember
I don't know.
us,
Just
do
pick.
you?
Literally just pick up like one.
No, I
Like
don't.
that's all we need.
But you and the princess
I don't
clearly
know
have a
what it
shared
is.
reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time
Like
fighting
every
you on something that's clearly true.
superior position oscillators, time crystals.
I'm just glad we got all this behind
about it.
us. Is it all
Yeah,
behind
that's
us?
literally the extent of where they are, actually.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Also, I love how even with Mark 7 belts, we still can't overclock a lot of the things.
Yeah.
There's no way you're about to start duplicating them again, right? Right?
I wasn't, but you gave me a good idea.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you
Oh, I didn't
did
think about
showed
that.
me as much.
But we didn't
That'll
plot
be fine.
anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
Okay, cool. I'm on my way back. What the fuck are you doing?
Don't question me.
I'm a
I
hot
suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own
I'm just
accord,
doing a little bit
did
of
you?
duplicating.
All right.
Well, where do I stop
I suppose I
duplicating at?
could team up. Way out after all. And
like right here.
unfortunately, you're the only one I
Yeah.
have.
Except that don't stop shit over
Seems
here.
to me like
so,
she's
you know.
offering a mutually
Yeah, so but I mean it
beneficial
stops
arrangement.
the other. I mean,
We
if
should
you want to
take
stop over
it.
there, you just pluck with little one of
Do
those.
you know what the word mutually
just give us some time.
Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
The main thing is that it needs a lot of aluminum.
Ooh, smart.
so-
Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little
Those are your dark
monster.
matter crystals.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Alright, well, we now just have 2 machines, by the way. Instead of just 1, we just have 2 instead. Don't worry, my 35 really helped.
I don't need you to cut me out.
I'm sure.
The princess grins.
Well, how
as
are
the
belts
child
still our
follows
fucking
list.
problem?
She could have gotten out of those the whole time.
Yeah,
That
at least it's a
sneaky
good
little-
problem to have.
No, it's not. It's a problem. It's
A
almost
woman after my
insolvable.
own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close
That's
to her
true.
chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
You know, we could probably actually do this faster by just grabbing it. Like, actually just grabbing it.
Yeah, probably.
Like, we probably have over 10,000 over there.
And why would I do
Probably.
such a thing?
But
Is
are we
someone's
gonna
guilty
do that?
conscience getting
No.
to them?
No, we're not.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you,
So I'd do that
no
when I...
faster
lives
way we
in
could
my
do
best
this.
interests. If
Yeah,
you
no.
get me out of
Not
here,
that I
the
can
only
think
thing
of.
that will be dead and
Because,
buried
like-
is the bad blood between us.
Well,
Oh, that
mean,
nagging feeling you mentioned is
maybe
by the way,
if you
I'm
like-
actually a little anxious about a potential
let me put this up on the
backstabbing
foundation.
event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do.
What if we use converters times on?
Destruction
Oh
is
my
in her
fucking
nature.
god!
If she gets out of
What?
here, that's it for the world. Remember?
Don't try and place converters times 100.
Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words
quantum
like
coders,
stab
sometimes.
and in the back. She might not literally do
the
that. She could very well
2,000
symbolic do the same
supercomputers
thing.
needed.
The 2,000 supercomputers, the 10,000.
See? He gets it.
Um,
There's nothing
actually,
wrong with
hold
looking
on.
out for number
You
one.
really can't build
The
this
10,000
thing
fix
in,
at Trigon?
in base game.
Yeah. The mod itself literally says, you're gonna need a lot of
Yes.
space, so we recommend
Let's.
you check out an inventory mod.
She creeps forward, taking
It actually says
one
that.
cautious step at a time
That's
until
fucking
you and
hilarious.
she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
And then if each of these...
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
I mean, it's definitely overkill. But it's kind of
After
fun.
you, darling.
Nah.
You're the one that lets come
I don't
and
even know what
go.
I was thinking. It's just
best if I
overkill.
follow.
Like, we physically just can't make it faster.
No, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
Yeah, Lee, you see why I don't do it
Somebody
like
has to go
why I
first,
don't
and
want
it
to do
might
it
as well
like
be
that.
us. We're
Yeah, I
the
don't want
ones
to
that
either,
trust
but...
her. You're talking a lot
I'm gonna go ahead
about
and
trusting
stop this,
someone
'cause now we
who,
only
by
need,
her
like,
very
400, which
definition,
I have, so
cannot
yeah.
be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
So good. I'm never making those.
I'll make them. Wanna know why?
That's right. You're the one who's
Why?
going first. Don't
About
worry, I'll
cheating.
be right behind you watching every
that's
single thing you do.
That's exactly what
So
I'm
do you have any
worried
dark matter
about.
crystals left on you?
Yep.
Okay.
You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement.
Well, let this cycle
Princess
through
follows
its
close on your
aluminum first.
heels. Perhaps even
Which
a
will
little
never
closer
happen.
than you'd like.
It will. Like, all you have to do is just get rid of
You're
that,
only
and the rest will
saying
just
that
cycle
because you
through.
want us to feel nervous.
Yeah, and then now you just throw in dark matter
I
crystals.
do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't
Well,
need
there we
you
go.
to trust me for my sake.
Now we
because
suddenly
I already know that
have
I'm right.
magically have infinite
This is
dark
for
matter
you.
crystals.
Can we?
But I don't even need all
Actually,
these
up
time
the stairs.
crystals.
I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No, The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots.
I don't know
You
if that
could
made
hurt
it
yourself.
faster or if it has the same problem.
But
But it'll have the same problem, but it'll have
as
the
you both
problem less.
continue the climb, and in no time at all,
No, I think it just has the exact same problem.
is within reach.
So I think that like
Isn't
the
that
best way to
We're
do
fine.
it would
We're fine.
actually be to
You're not even going to wait
leave
until you're through
this
the door
as
to
Mark
proudly
6,
claim your victory.
so that it goes in slightly slower and then insta leaves.
What did you just say? That?
Yeah, so have a mark, so have a lower mark into the and then into a
You
higher
feel
mark.
something dig into your shoulder, sharp,
think it's
the best way
to do it.
piercing.
It's going fast enough. I don't
Princess
really care.
clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs. Your
Bro,
body
that's
and hers
insane.
crashing against the uneven wooden roots.
That's so bad.
Bone-shaking thud against the basement
not that
floor.
cool.
You
Actually,
feel
that's
something
actually
pop.
not bad.
It's not bad, but it's still the
The
slower.
princess lands against the
Like,
far
we do that,
wall,
look how fast they
gasping
go
as
up.
she struggles to recover from
Yeah, no,
the
Lee. Mark 7 is absolutely the best.
Well, yeah,
You're
the way
still
it
in
works is
shock,
it goes in
trying
and
to
then
get a hold
insta
of yourself.
duplicates it.
She grins as you
Yeah,
continue
Mark
to
7's
remain
definitely the best.
exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up?
So yeah.
I'm afraid your back is broken.
Now what?
Well, I'm just gonna
One
leave this
unlucky
here.
fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
All right.
You know
Well,
what? I'll say it. That
I don't really know what else to do.
sucks. I don't like having
I don't
a
either.
broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done.
Nope, that's not
You
possible.
considered not being like that.
Try a different recipe, Elite. Not possible.
Of course not. It's what keeps
That's
us
not
alive.
possible. That one's possible.
And yet here we are.
Iron rods is technically
paralyzed and
possible.
Stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
honestly, like, so
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
That's not even a little bit possible. That's 250,000 fucking DNA.
The princess
And why is that not
lets out
possible?
a mocking laugh.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, God, with
By
this
your
mod,
very nature,
those
only
like
one of us can make it
24
upstairs
or like
unscathed.
25 belts.
Someone had to make
with
the
like
first
24,000 doesn't seem that
Better me
unreasonable.
than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little
That's all you're
scheme
gonna do.
planned, where once she'd passed by the table
How
upstairs,
fast do you think they duplicate?
I'd have said, now pick up the blade
Oh,
and stab her in the back.
you're right. How fast do they duplicate?
And then you'd say something
I
like,
don't remember what it was called.
wow,
I don't either.
that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
I really just don't
Princess's
remember what it
body
was called.
twitches as she tries to get up.
I can't either.
Ho ho ho! So she's...
It was a belt and miter bam.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel
Yeah, Mark
twist of the
11,
knife?
24,000
Isn't
items
that
further.
so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment.
No,
as her
don't
gaze
just go with
travels
that
up
one
and
because
down your
there's
battered form.
different ones.
Seems I'm not
Like
the
some were
only one,
updated
though.
more recently. Oh wait, no, okay,
We
yeah.
both just...
So guy just
Certainly seems that
he
way.
updated all of them.
What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually
Where's
managed
the
to
fastest
deliver a
belts?
lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
Go with fast progress.
We're going to die together. Isn't
Just
that
go
a
with normal
lovely
fast
treat?
progress, not fast
I
progress.
wonder
for
how
me.
long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms
Okay.
lick your bones.
Or we could
clean.
just go with the normal one. But
I think
Is
the
that
normal
really
one
what's
was
going to
just
happen?
we'll just go with normal one. Are
You still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this
Yeah, you were
pencil
like,
shape.
oh man, but like it'll work. And I was like, but hear me out.
feeling much
Duplication.
But now I
But hear
feel-
me out. Duplication. Not bad. My fault. I wonder what this takes to craft.
And in the game, I have made it. I don't know. I was actually I was also thinking about that. Something's telling me
She's
I'm
gone.
going to regret this decision.
Where did she go?
Immediately after looking at
try
some
and find
lead,
her?
yeah, no, it's a bad idea.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't have fucking 10 plates on me. You fucking kidding me?
Because neither of us actually have plates, they're just in the thing. Bro, there is no way bro actually just...
Dreadful about it. I don't think you should. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Not the 2.5 minute wait time. Not the 2.5 minute wait time.
Does that mean the world ended? We're top of the pecking order now. Right,
Maybe a
boys?
considerably bigger problem.
I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
There should appear a lead
Fine.
node, right, not too far away.
The fuck does it replace?
Nothing. It's just new.
Okay. Now can I have the fucking Cybertruck?
Well, I was trying to get into the MAM. and the cyber wagon said, nah, I know you were here for me.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings
Wow, it's just
me the
awkwardly
gift
jutting out of the
a
ground. It's kind of fucking
fragile
hilarious.
vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is hope marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and
Alright, cool. We have
weathered
infinite door now.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. How can the world have ended if we are talking? I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. She asks that I tell
Bro,
you to remember
you gotta get the
her.
long cable, Elite.
You won't.
Bro, why does shit actually require... Bro, I don't think that this actually requires stuff.
Nah, it's a long cable.
In the woods. And at the end of
Yeah, okay. I'm glad we both saw that. The fuck is slug catcher?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Honestly, this would probably, like, I don't know. I feel like this could be a better thing to actually just do.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that?
But it's also like
Nobody
you
wants
start it at
the world
8,
to end.
and then you go back
I mean, maybe
to
some
2,
people do.
4, and
That's
6.
Nihilists or
Yeah.
very, very evil people, but surely you're not one
And
of
it's just
those.
kind of like, why do you start it so late? Like, I understand why you start it so late, because at 8, you know, you actually, you have all the things, like, you have
Don't
everything.
mention it.
But-
it's all part of the
Yeah.
job.
It's just like, that just seems excessive.
You make your way up.
Bro, could this come down any fucking slower?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Also, we
This
have all
is
the
an
reinforced for
oppressive place.
slug
The air feels heavy
catcher,
and
whatever the
damp.
fuck that is.
A hint of rot
Like catcher?
filtering.
So it just lets you make slugs.
If the princess really
Usually the
lives
berries.
here, slaying her is probably
It
doing
literally
her
just
a
lets you
favour.
make slugs, and also all the
Her
berries are in
voice
the thing right here.
carries up the stairs.
And the
Who's there?
personal sword right beside you. It literally just lets you
dangerous.
make slugs.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
That's all it does.
Why does
There's
it
no
do
point
it?
now.
Just 'cause why
It's
not?
all part of the manipulation.
But BAMTech is
If
better.
I,
We can get the
I mean, yeah,
screwmaker.
after BAMTech. Screwmaker.
Oh, it's been so long since
I'm
anyone's
really
been down
curious
here.
how fast it
I
makes
was starting to
screws.
think they'd forgotten about me.
Elite. Large industrial storage container.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to not think
walk
about
down the
scrolling,
stairs
scrolling down.
and look at the
512
princess.
slots
There's
with
heavy
8
chain
Yeah.
inputs and
around her
outputs.
wrist, binding her to the far
Yeah.
wall of the basement.
It's pretty gamer.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Alloying it, heavy one.
Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
say
really
her. The
appreciate
static
it
parts of
'cause,
The moving parts of a
There
motor.
you
The
are.
motor creates a mechanical
Are you
force
gonna
that is
kill
used to
me or
move things.
something?
I don't really appreciate this lead shit.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't really like. I think that it's an interesting concept, but it should have stayed as a concept.
Yeah, facts.
How about you drop the knife?
Like, this should
Alright, well,
sit
I'm
where it
actually-
belongs in your fucking head.
I don't know if you have your audio on for me,
Look
but
how
I'm watching
reasonable
YouTube. So.
she's being.
I do not.
You should just
I don't know
drop the
my audio
blade
on
and
for
talk
shoes,
things
do I?
out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone.
There's an entire. It just gave itself a new tab. That's interesting.
Holy shit, that hurt!
Look at this wind turbine.
She's unarmed. The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you.
Oh, well, that's a
putting
little
you
interesting.
and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Oh. Alright then.
Your blade slashes through the air again and
Elite?
again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
It's a micro battery.
We can still turn this around.
This source 5 megawatts.
Is it really all it stores 5 fucking megawatts?
You and the
5
princess stare at
megawatts.
each other.
Even
Also-
the base battery stores 100.
You probably
So how are you
won't
not
make it out of
acknowledging
here
this
alive,
wind
but you can at
turbine?
least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
What do you mean? Do you not like the wind turbine?
Excuse
Is it actually
me?
producing power?
Do you
Yes,
think this
it
is
is.
what
Bro,
I
really got
wanted
rid of
to
the
happen?
micro power
I have
storage?
a duty
Come on.
to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone.
Gotta
still
charge it up.
survived.
Come on. Wait, did you connect it to the power grid? No.
Yes.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in
Can't be
there?
having that.
If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the
Oh,
job.
so it just requires power. By the way.
What's the
The two
point
of
then?
you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your
Okay.
blade deep into the princess's heart.
Bro, I need some of this lead stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to start duplicating some lead stuff.
The two of you fall to the floor.
I'm also
This
about to start duplicating lead
was
stuff.
fun.
The princess gasps. Her
Magically,
voice
I
an
just have a
unhealthy
little bit of
rasp
everything.
As her lungs
Really weird.
start to fill with blood.
I don't know what happened.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't
Try
have
to throw
time
all
to
my
worry
lead
over
stuff.
such things. Everything goes dark,
No, because it won't duplicate at
and
all.
you die.
Yeah, that's true.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I have motors, rotors, stators, by the way, and plates too.
I have
All lead.
the basic ones.
I can.
Yeah,
assure
I
you
just
that
went
you
through with
didn't
tickets. I
slay
just
her,
bought a
and
little
that
bit of
she
everything.
didn't kill you.
Yeah, I bought what I
Just
could.
spring back
I
to
have
life after dying.
pipes,
Two of us are.
rods,
I literally just
reinforced.
and got everything. Yeah, I got
Doesn't
pipes,
remember
rod,
what
reinforced,
Maybe
stators,
it's
rotors,
best to keep it
motors.
that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us.
Something gets
The only
around.
thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. A warning before you go any further.
Okay, so wait, I'm really curious about the
She will lie,
Screwmaker.
she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop
Oh.
you from slaying
Oh,
her.
Creeper.
Don't believe a word she says.
Uh,
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters.
Elite?
It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, what about it?
Are you
screws.
sure about that? The point
you not
of my
realize
warning
that- no,
wasn't
no,
to
no.
start an argument over what circumstances
Which way is the
the
input?
princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Four output
gross.
Princess will
screws.
do and say,
Oh,
It makes
that's
4
disgusting.
output
to get her out of
screws
there.
with 1
So
input.
don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
That's disgusting.
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Can you give me some reinforced? Oh yeah, there it is.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would
Here, do you want
suggest.
some rotors? I have
Its
some.
cold
I have a
stone
bunch of extra.
walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine
Here you go,
blade
if you want all
perched
that.
on its edge.
I literally just made a tower.
The
if you
blade
want.
is your implement.
If you want it, Creeper.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about?
You hear
This
me?
isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least
I made a tower
it'll
for
be
you.
a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Tower of what? Where? Oh, right there.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Or you want some liquid
Now it's
nitrogen?
gone, so all of us
Well, then
can
you want
stop
power
arguing
plant
about
Mark
it
II?
and get to fighting.
Or gaseous liquefier.
You take the blade from the
Nah.
altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Elite Mark 6 of
The
their
door to the basement
conveyors
creaks
moves
open,
faster than
revealing a
our
rough
real
stone
Mark 6.
staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping
Alright,
from
where
below
do you
is
see their
heavy
conveyor
and
belts at?
oppressive,
Mark
with an
II speed
almost
belts.
sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would
Or
probably
tier
be doing
2
her a
speed belts.
favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
I don't even see where that is.
That another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she
What's yours,
sounded like
then?
last time.
Am I just
Sure
blind?
do.
Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
I haven't slept
Oh,
Elite.
that. Oh, okay.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate
No,
the
I was just
enthusiasm,
gonna get,
just make
tier
sure
8
you don't let
Bamtech.
your bloodlust get to your head.
Well, I'm
You
guessing
need
we
to
have to
stay
progress
focused. Because that
through
way we
that
can-
one,
Wits
Elite.
about you. Remember.
But yeah,
you're
but
here
we
to
have to
slay
progress
the
through
princess,
Bamtech first to be
not
able
have a
to
good
progress
fight.
through Speedy Boats.
I think we have to just
That's
progress through
like,
speedy
I-
belts to get through speedy belts.
As you descend the final step,
Yeah,
the form
but
of the
you can't.
princess comes
Okay,
into
Creeper,
view.
go and look at the requirements for the
Large
first Speedy Boat.
shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could
The
rip those
requirements for the
chains
tier
out of
2
the
Speedy
wall
Boat
without a second
is
thought.
lead iron and lead plates. That's what we got from the first tier of Bamtech.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to get the
I've been
Bamtech
hoping you'd
eventually,
find a
but
way
we
back
might be able to
here.
just finish it.
Good to see the
Without
devil
Yeah,
having
we,
to
doesn't
we,
stick
we, we could go ahead and
with
just
us.
we could go ahead and finish Bamtech and then do Speedy Boats.
And you brought your little knife, too.
Also, did you do Staters?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
going to have fun breaking you
Got
into
it.
little pieces.
Why are you?
My bad.
Why are you?
Because I kind of duplicated too much and I don't have space in my inventory.
What's that?
Oh,
Oh, that whole deja vu situation. Yes, it does seem like you and the princess remember each other, so let's say for a moment that I do believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
what the fuck? Elite, look at
What?
the large container. Look at the large storage container.
Are you talking about the bed that has 4 inputs and outputs?
Yeah.
Free her? You aren't.
Oh hey,
Leave, we
don't
can-
look at the
Don't know why I'm even.
don't look at the packagers.
You know the stakes of the situation.
What do you mean?
Who says I
Don't look at
want
the
to be free?
packagers. Just leave it there.
Oh, that's gross.
So, can you duplicate me some? Actually, yeah, I
I
need
want the two of
reinforced.
us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh, and I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists. Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part. Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it.
Or look at the blenders. That just looks painful.
If we die again, it'll just be
Blenders?
another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
Yeah.
We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not
Let's
bet
see
on
it.
it.
What do you mean you don't see it?
I don't see the wonders. Oh, there they are.
How? Also, do you
Oh,
have
gross.
lead ingots?
Yeah, I went and did that.
Okay.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the whetstone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the
Oh,
princess.
that's weird. Alright.
Here we go. Let's make
It's weird
this...
that it has its own inventory.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
Oh, it's just for testing, to make sure that everything
As
works
you bridge
right.
the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest,
Bro.
splitting skin and
Bro.
drawing a jagged line of bright red blood.
Bro, look at this thing. Look at this sexy
But
piece
she's
of work right here.
unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her
What is
fist
that? The wind
collides
turbine?
with your ribs, cracking them
No,
like
Ellie, could you
twigs
give me some
and
motors?
driving you
Regular
right
motors?
back down to the basement floor. You can hear
Oh my
the
God,
chains
the
snap
wind
as
turbine.
you struggle to recover from the impact.
Bro.
She almost looks...
Here, wait.
Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do
I
you?
just need to let these run for a second, because I don't have any of those.
That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me.
Oh, the gat. I don't have enough
It's not
normal
fun
motors
if you hesitate.
either.
It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed
Hey,
out.
take your
It's
reinforcements.
only fun if you go straight for the heart.
Okay, bro, I'm just gonna make a
You need
new.
to
I'm
put
gonna make
everything
another
you
storage
have into
container because
seeing
I have
me dead.
way too much of all of this
Or
lead
what's
stuff.
the point? So don't be afraid.
So I'm just
Don't
gonna throw
hesitate.
all of my lead
Kill
stuff in
me.
here.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world
damn it.
needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation.
Okay, bro, when did
Each
you end up
impact
printing the
threatening to be
tickets?
last.
I don't know. Some
This
point.
weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
Bro, the wind turbine is
She
great.
squeezes, the pressure unbearable
My bad,
as
that's
the
my
knife
fault.
dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull.
Why does it
The
consume
sickening
power,
churn
though?
of what was.
That's what I can't figure out. What's the point of it if it
Everything
consumes
goes
power?
dark, and you die.
Are you still trying to make it gaseous liquefier?
No, I did.
You're on a
It-
path.
Oh,
it's literally
If
just
you
for
weren't
liquid
so
nitrogen.
damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Yeah. I don't really see the point.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
Wait, what rate does this
So
consume
what?
at?
You'd have us cower in a corner.
Oh, so it says Mark 8. But in reality, it's just...
That place suits
Wait,
her
what?
better than it suits us. She's big.
So it's
We can't
6
cope
times
with
the burn
holes and
rate.
Openings down there. We need more room if
Wait.
we're going to survive.
It's old.
Are you suggesting luring
It's
her into the
old.
woods? Do you have any
Creeper,
idea
the fuel.
how dangerous
This
that
is
would
an
be?
old mod.
If you lose sight of her, if she
do you
manages
mean?
to slip away, that's
The
it.
fuel generator
For
is
everyone.
balanced
Yourself
like it's
included.
meant to be 12 fuel and
Challenging
150
us on
megawatts.
the looping.
Oh damn.
It's meant to be
Have
10
you known about it
times.
the whole time? Are you the
But in
same
reality,
you've been
it
talking
takes
to since the beginning?
6 times and makes like 7
Sorry to
times the power.
disappoint, What I'm sure must feel like
Yeah,
a
that's pretty
grand
gamer.
revelation.
No, it's
That's
actually
not what's
worse.
going on here. We've never met.
Well, no, it's well.
Then what?
Okay, so like every 6, you're technically getting an
What's
extra generator
going
for free,
on?
but like it's not a
You'd only be
lot.
saying the things you've been saying if you'd already.
So you're
been
gonna get
here.
the. Are you gonna put in
If
the
you'd already
plates?
seen things you weren't
for a speed
supposed
bump?
to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles.
But yeah,
forever.
this is like an
I'd
old
stay
mod.
Still for
That's why there's also the
Yeah, I
slug
knew
catcher.
Let's
that.
get to the cabin. See this through. It's good to know
Yeah,
that at least
and now you
one
have
of
speedy
is
belts
still
tier 4.
capable of reason.
Which that unlocks
You may have
tier
the same
7 and tier
estimation,
8,
but
which
we're
tier
not the
8
same.
is
You are still
a lot
another,
more.
and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here. Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet.
Wait, like where was
Violence
I?
is the answer here, but the
was
method
I
is
looking?
equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin.
This is what I was
It's like I
looking.
said, most circles, instinct tells me.
Okay, bye.
And I trust instinct. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, my bad.
For me.
He sent you to fucking different dimension.
It isn't long before you find
Also, if
yourself
you need
at the
any
end of the path, staring
lead
up the
parts,
hill
I
at
have a
the
bunch
cabin.
over here. I just
You've given
needed inventory
serious thought
space.
to your
Not really, I just wanted more inventory space, so I made this.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
It's the container on the left. With just a bunch of lead
Yeah, I
parts.
know. I'm not actually grabbing anything. I'm just
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a
You
little
want to duplicate
catharsis.
some ingots real quick? Like, just a little bit?
Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze
There you go.
against your
There's
sides,
like
leaving
almost
you
two
no
stacks in
choice
there if
but
you
to
want
press
some.
forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it! You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right? All we see is a damned mirror.
What?
This really is just like
Power
last
real
time.
quick.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Yeah, what about him? Oh.
You bring your fist crashing down against the
Yeah,
wall
so I
of
didn't
the
think about-
basement.
Yeah, no, I know.
Scraping
Well, it's also
against the
this,
floor as it reveals
you know,
the dim
doubler
path
thing
ahead.
that I put down.
Where did you put that down?
Why am I not surprised?
Right the fuck here. Elite,
It
look.
was in our
Line.
way, and now it's
Oh.
not. That's all that matters.
The, like, massive power pole.
Before
Yeah, and then you take
us,
that
we may
off.
as well be
and
a
it
sheer
just
cliff
drops
face.
back down.
There are
Yeah, so what I-
footholds that
what-
you'll be
what
able to
happened
climb
was I
your
didn't
way
think
to the
about it.
bottom.
Doubling the power means that
Careful
we're
effort.
going up to 600%. And then the power boost is also going up to that big
Warm
number.
and wet,
So yeah,
like
that's
the
what
breath
happens.
of an
Yeah.
enemy locked in close
Now I want to test
quarters.
something.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Let's see, this has...
Do you have more fighting
slots?
than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile
Here, wait.
her up. If she's angry,
Do this.
she'll make mistakes.
Connect everything to that, and then we'll just connect it to the main power grid at once. Oh, you can daisy chain? That's really nice.
Dead certain. Everything inside of me screams for it.
We need to
Well, we
get
have a little bit of power.
She needs to see us to give chase.
Yeah, a wee bit.
You've
And
never
then
went
if you
here
disconnect
before.
this, just...
You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember,
It's back down to as normal as it can be.
you'll need to be faster than her.
Yeah.
You turn to face what lies
Oh.
at the end of the narrow tunnel.
We get marked 9, 9.5,
Posing
and
tightly
10.
muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There
Oh,
you
that's actually
are.
really annoying.
Knife in
So the way they done it, it just
Ow,
costs
real-
extra,
Attack me,
it just costs a
bleed
bunch
me,
more of the
twist
reinforced
blade
things.
in my flesh. Break
Yeah, but
your
now they're
bones
also our
against
best
my body.
belts, so...
I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space.
So hear me out, what if we just like
Belts.
do a bunch
Her
of...
come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we
A little
run.
quick.
I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
So I think the duplicator is like
what are you
capped out
waiting
right now,
for?
probably.
If
Well, it's
we're going to
probably
do this
not, but,
right,
yeah.
you can't be scared.
We need a bunch
You
of
need
these.
to want it
These
as
are now
much
our
as I
main
do.
source of belts.
So go
Buy
on.
Trigons,
first
buy
one.
Diet, or buy...
Don't keep me waiting.
I probably shouldn't have deleted those.
Deleted
Maybe you
what?
should, like, maybe you should.
We've
maybe
talked
you should
plenty.
like store some
I'm
time
sick of
crystals
talking. I'm sick of waiting.
and
Well, I
Trigons.
did, but
I'm
they got
sick
sunk.
of you standing just out of reach and
Well,
teasing me with
no,
the fight
they
you won't
didn't.
let me have.
Oh, well then you picked them up.
I just
You
deleted the
disappointed me
thing
last
to stop
time.
syncing.
So you don't get to choose what happens next.
Bloody desire in her
What?
eyes, the princess rushes forward,
So we can
ignoring
just
her
we need them
chains
for
as they
something?
bend and
Well, I still have some in my inventory. I'm not a retard and about to get rid of all of them. What?
Yeah, that's what I did.
I still have some in my inventory. I was just
hesitation,
sinking my
You
extra.
turn back the way you came.
I keep
and
2 stacks of
scramble up the
everything.
ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
And any extra that I have above that, I just have been sinking.
As you
because I
near the
want
top,
inventory space.
Hands desperately clawing at jagged
This is the
stone,
easiest way
you
to do
glance
that.
back.
Just
The
anything
princess
above
is
2
right
stacks,
on your
just get rid
heels.
of.
She doesn't bother to scale
'Cause
the
if you
wall
need
as
more
you
than
do,
2 stacks of
instead
something,
digging deep into
you
the
probably
rock of
don't.
the cliff face with her fingertips.
You're probably
in a
wrong.
Rapid pursuit.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good.
Also, if you actually look at
Reach
this,
the ledge and hoist
dismantling
yourself up into
it,
the tunnel, the cabin
gives you
door
35.
finally in sight, at once within your
Right?
grasp.
What do you mean?
infinite
placing it
distance.
takes 30. It's sad. Placing it takes 30.
What is all of this for? What's the point?
Makes a lot of sense, trust.
You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you
Alright, so
be
here,
the
wait.
same?
That's that. But now I want to see, so like,
Little bird, little bird.
I want to see what like our
Where
our,
do you
our
think you're
other
going?
fastest belts would be.
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there.
I mean,
And we'll take the fight.
I think that it's
with
like
us.
just as fast.
Yeah, I think we're capping
Probably
out
hit
the
that
speed
cap
of
on the
it.
duplicator.
As you burst through the
Yeah.
cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Do it! Be swift, strike true, be where she's not, let your body move you. You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on? Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now! As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually gonna pull this off, aren't we? You just might, but don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing.
Mark
This is
10
how
belts
it always
cost
needed to
rotors.
end. Both of us giving it our all,
that's
beating
gross.
and bleeding each other to death.
The lead rotors,
Where's
too.
my 10?
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry
Damn.
of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady.
Are they throw rotors in there?
Keep going, we can't stop now!
Throw rotors in there?
You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground.
Bro, just look at how fast it goes up.
I know, it's great.
Nothing. These
Beautiful.
blows are nothing to us. But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps
Are
for
you
breath.
ready to see it go Mach 5?
You've
Look
outplayed
at the
me,
fucking belts.
haven't you? Something feels wrong.
So yeah, we absolutely are just
And?
capping out the fucking duplicator.
Then what happens?
Yeah. Someone telling me it was not meant to move this fast.
No, will we?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror, we just need to find the princess.
Do we at all care anymore about stuff?
About, like, what?
Like points?
We are not cheating in the golden nut.
That's not all I was talking about. I wanted to see how many points we could get if we started. I want to see how fast our points would go up if we started duplicating and sinking ballistic stuff.
Do we even have any?
I had some on me, yeah.
Right here, put them in the container.
Whenever you are ready,
Which one? This
I
one?
will wipe your
I was gonna
slate
put it this
clean
one.
once again.
I was more talking about the normal one, but
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
So I'm gonna stop that.
Per minute. That's a billion points per minute.
All I want is to know myself and to know you.
No, it's not. That was actually 1.9 billion. Come on.
My bad. You know, the best part is that that's not even completely unreasonable for us to get.
What?
Wouldn't I be kind to you?
That many
You
points
are
per
the only
minute.
thing I know that isn't me.
If we
Absolute
use this
crap
mod
ton of
and
bullshit.
actually used it, yeah.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Yay, aren't you just so excited to have to do lead motors? Alright, Creeper, now that's a bit excessive, okay? We can't be doing that here.
But it will give me time to reflect
Hey,
on
take
who
him
I
out,
am.
take him out.
We will meet again.
Creeper, come here. Come on, just come and watch. Just look inside the container.
Yeah.
You're on a path in the wood.
Well, now that we can move this faster, like, it really does just, you know, beg the question. Like, it just really does just beg the question.
You make your way up.
Maybe we should let it chill for a second. You know, let it build up. And about a rose,
The
good
door
enough.
to the basement. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
So why is it just
You
not
walk
up?
down
There
the
we go.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
Elite.
binding her to the far wall of the
And
basement.
that's when we disconnect that.
hope you brought
Because
something
2
to
trillion
break
is a
these chains.
little too much for me.
Elite. Do you know what
What?
number that
If
is?
she gets out of those chains, we're all
2
one
trillion.
step closer to the end.
That's integer limit.
Oh.
It could
I mean, it
be
makes
more,
sense.
making this more difficult.
but the game cannot calculate higher than that
Thank you.
number.
Thank you.
You're making a
It makes
huge
sense.
mistake.
We are moving them at
No.
20,000.
You're doing
Also,
the right
whenever
thing.
we do that, they physically don't move in here.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Well,
They're large and heavy.
bro, these things are actually
Solid
so
for you to
expensive.
Even imagine
It's
trying
so
to break
eight.
them apart.
The thing.
I'm guessing you don't have
It's
the key?
1,600 just to connect that.
Maybe
Yeah, no, they're
somewhere upstairs.
ridiculously expensive.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left
We're about to
the
hit
key her
instant limit
chains
again, by the
somewhere
way.
in the cabin.
Because there's kind of a bunch of extra, and I don't feel like trashing them. Because that's just a lot of work. Okay, well, I completely forgot that was an option. So I trashed them. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Mark
I'll be
11 belts
here.
are cool,
Goodbye.
but like, even just a simple,
Attempt to
like, they
make
take
your way out of the
100
basement, but
of the
door
lead
at top of the
plates
stairs slouch.
for like the smallest little
problem is
thing.
that-
Click of a lock.
The problem is that there
sliding
are
into
some
place.
very stupid builds that require them.
Someone else here.
Yeah, and those same builds are the ones where it's like times 100. And even then, I don't even know if
You tried the
24,000 is enough.
It's locked from the outside.
It's not. Also, Creeper, yeah, a lot of
Make
these
your way to the
builds,
bottom of
like
the
if you
stairs.
put in
This would have
what
been
it like
so
here,
much
I'm actually
easier if
kinda
you'd
wanna
just
see this.
taken the blade like you were supposed to.
So, if you actually
Easier
put
for
in
whom?
whatever it is that they
Easier
need,
for everyone.
will this
Look
crash
at
our
the
power
mess
grid?
you're in.
What, Elite?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Well, not. Good.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Okay. So, don't need that.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Oh, okay. So yeah, in reality, it says 1,000.
Barely
I'm pretty sure.
hesitates before raising her arm
in
to her
actual
mouth, her
reality,
teeth
though, it needs
tearing through her
100,000
limb with
a
the
minute.
determination of a trapped wolf.
Yeah. Also, hey, Creeper,
As she
kind of made
rips
you a
her flesh
tower
from
of
her
rotors,
bone,
like
a sound
forever.
comes from behind
You just kind of never picked up.
the clang of
I didn't
bouncing
need 'em.
metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
Honestly, I'm
It
kind
takes
of
little
bored.
effort to crack through the bone of her
I've been kind of
arm.
bored
Yeah,
for a
same.
minute. But
Her limb falls to
I'm
the
so
ground,
tired.
and the heavy chains follow
I'm
suit.
less tired, more just bored.
She didn't so much as utter a sound
fair.
through the whole ordeal.
It's almost like we did
I
everything the
drove the
entire
sniper
game.
wagon.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, I know.
She smiles softly as her gaze
And then
meets
started
yours.
cheating.
Blood from her wounded arm.
Well,
dripping
yeah, but like,
rhythmically to the
even if we
ground.
didn't cheat, I can guarantee you that I probably would not have
How
ever
is she
played it
still
again.
smiling?
At least not
after
for a hot
everything?
minute.
It's
I'm
like
actually
she
going
isn't
to
even
uninstall
bothered
it.
by
I can
what just
guarantee you that I'm
happened.
not about to want to play tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fair.
Let's get out of here.
We beat the
I'm
game.
also gonna install it.
I hit now.
Alright, Satisfactory. Bye bye.
We won't have
We
any.
played Satisfactory for a
That's all
long
we-
too
time,
high.
and then now
You
we've
can't
just
let
both
her escape
uninstalled it.
the world.
Yeah.
No, I can't
We
just
beat it and
let her
uninstalled it
escape
in the same night.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
But yeah, that's Satisfactory.
Wait,
honestly,
this
really
isn't
fun.
fair. You can't
Do
just
not
do
regret
that.
playing it. I a little bit regret playing
Watch
it
me.
because of screws.
What are you doing?
The thing that we only done in our first world that we didn't even do at all in that world, really. But still,
Yeah, PTSD from screws.
That's
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
did you
know
buy
you don't
Slay the
have to do
Princess?
this, right?
Your body lunges forward,
Oh.
the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
I was going to say it's $20.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get you
You know
out
what
of
game
here
you should
alive.
reinstall? You should reinstall GTFO.
The blade.
You should. If you have the space, you
The
should.
blade.
And Creeper, we should play GTFO tomorrow.
As your body remains frozen.
I'll think about it. Just maybe. I don't think I have it installed.
Yeah, also known as...
I don't have it installed, but I do have space now for it because I deleted that.
Alright.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong.
Alright, well,
we can tough it
I'm
out
also
until
gonna
it's
dip.
done.
I'm kind of just like
For her
reading through a
sake.
guide right now. But
For
yeah,
her
I'll see you. Don't die. But yeah, I have work tomorrow too, so yeah, I won't be on until later either. Yeah. So like, yeah, but we'll probably, hopefully we can play it tomorrow. But yeah, see.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror. But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. but the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door. Together. Blech. And... the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and... the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the wood.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do, otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know, I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say... Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and a gun... And if you're going... Nothing. But just ignore how. I'm not going to stop doing... Yes, take it. What you're seeing here is... Okay. Good.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day. You step onto the centre staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions. You concentrate on where you... and so you take one, but no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. For this, we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
She's gone. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing. I don't like that silence.
Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people, Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in... That's the spirit. You make your way up. You take the
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade! Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, We can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
and then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay, I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional, all the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests. No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world, and she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her, and whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. Do you think this will work? Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. It's almost like there are very real limits to your power. I don't know what you're talking about. The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state, if you catch my meaning. I don't know where you're going with this. Could you explain? Yes, explain it. Sure, I'm insinuating that we could kill ourselves. Ruin this whole thing. You wouldn't. I'm not afraid of dying. Are you? A little. You got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already? Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids, then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find? I think you know what I am. The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you. I love you. It's magnificent. Everything, just like it always has been, and just like it always will be. You